Hi Veena, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yes, sir. Sir, first of all, thank you so much for this interview.
Mhm.
My name is Veena. I am from Jaipur, Rajasthan. I have done my bachelor's in computer science,
Mhm.
and after that, currently I am working as a software tester.
Mhm.
It's been 1 year, and my roles and responsibilities are understanding the requirement gathering, requirement analysis, and writing test cases, writing test plan, and uh, produce the defect reports. And I also did post API testing in Postman, and
Mhm.
I learning Selenium with Java. So yeah, that
Okay.
is all.
Okay. In your resume, it has been mentioned that you have tested more than 25 websites of e-commerce.
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah. So, are those a part of your projects itself?
No, sir, there are some projects which are given to my colleagues. So we
Mhm.
are tested together, and there are some like 15 web and app I have tested alone.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Okay. Okay. Can you tell us something about what is the difference between test plan and test case writing?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Test plan, it is like understand defining everything,
Mm-hmm.
like what the test cases for this, and we define the test strategy, and what are the requirements, like what devices are required for this, and what environment we are going to test, and what browsers, defining everything. We did these things in test plan. And
Mm-hmm.
sir, another one is
Okay. Yeah.
test
So
cases.
yeah, so test plan, you are defining everything, you are documenting. Have you created
Yes.
test plan till now?
Yes, like not in detail, but
Mm.
like my manager did this. But yeah, in short term, like in short form, I did like what I have to test in this website, what are the end result, and what devices we are going to use, like that. Not in depth.
Okay, okay. Now, what is test strategy?
Uh, Strategy is a set of protocols and uh, the devices which are going to use. These all are defined in a test strategy.
Mm-hmm. So test strategy, you will basically be defining how you will be performing to test, right? While test plan is you will be deciding what to test, right? What is
Yes,
there in scope, what is not there in scope. Okay.
yes, sir.
Okay, now let me share my screen. I'll give you one scenario which you have to test. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Not it, sir.
No, okay. Okay. Hmm. Now you would be able to see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm using mobile phone, so you
Oh, you're
can zoom
using
it.
mobile. Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see the Azure portal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is one of the portal which has been used by many of the people, like similar to AWS. You are aware about AWS, right? Now, what this Azure portal does, it has got various features. Like you can
Okay, sir.
give access to some person, you can give some access, you can revoke access from some IT person, you can create your own VMs. And over here, I have also attached a mobile screenshot where you can see who can be the owner, what kind of permissions you can add to them, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, can you tell me high level test scenarios? How will you test this application? This website,
Okay, sir.
yeah, this website and the mobile mode as well.
Sir, can I repeat what I understand about
Yeah,
this
yeah,
site
yeah, yeah,
first?
sure, sure.
Like in this.
Mm. Are you able to see the screen or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
I,
can zoom it. I can zoom it.
yeah. So see, on left hand side, I have taken a screenshot of the website Azure portal. On right hand side, I have just showed you what are all the different kinds of roles and permissions that are possible in Azure portal.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay. So how can you tell me high level positive and negative test scenarios for this application?
Okay.
Hmm.
So like there are like firstly we have to test UI testing
Hmm.
and then functional,
Hmm.
and if there is a security kind of thing then we also do the security test cases.
Hmm.
We also make the test cases for the security.
So
So I
what all
have to
things?
understand.
Yes, yes,
Yes, sir.
please go ahead. What all things you will test in UI? Yeah.
Like in UI, firstly we check that all the elements are present in this. Like I have to see the figma of
Hmm.
this page.
Hmm.
Like each and every element is visible there or not first.
Hmm.
Like headings, all the menus. Like if I have to check the role assignment,
Hmm.
right, sir? So in
Yes.
role assignment, all the available option is present there or not.
Hmm.
And if we talk, sir, in high level, like I cannot go to the deeper because I have to study more.
Hmm.
So like if we go in mobile testing, like if we give the role of owner or
Hmm.
contributor or
Hmm.
some what is this reader, then it
Yeah.
is like in functionality it is working as a contributor. Like if we give a role like contributor, so it will work as a contributor, it should not work as a reader only. So we have to check all these things. And in functionality, like you have mentioned, uh, we can give them access and we can also remove them. So I have also checked that I can remove them, it is working or not, removing functionality or adding them, it's working or not. And yes, sir, it's all like I'm not able to see, can you like, I just say
Okay.
this much.
Okay, fine, fine. So see, on the left hand side, you can see various tabs are there. So you should be able
Yes, sir.
to click on all those tabs. Okay. Then when we say tags, so let's say if you want to create some VM or create some service with respect to on which you just want to do smoke testing or you just want to do regression testing. So those tags you can apply over there. And so those kind of app services or function apps, these are also displayed over here. Now over here, you can see whichever permissions that you have given, whether they are reader, if they can only have read only view. So those will be
Yes,
displayed.
sir.
If they can contribute, like they can update service, they can modify the parameters of the service, so they will be contributor. Owner means end-to-end access, right? So those kind of
Yes, sir.
users with their access has been given over here. Then there are various settings available. You can also check whether you can log in successfully, you can log out successfully, right? And
Yes, sir.
you can also click on refresh button and get the number of percentage, what is the progress done on any activity or any service, right? So these are all the kind of Azure portal operations that you can do. And lot many things are there. You can also analyze the cost, how much cost is being invested
Yes, sir.
as a budget, how much monthly you have to pay, right? So those all things are there. Okay. Okay. Now is the screen visible to you clearly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. This is an Amazon Prime payment page, right? Amazon Prime application you would be aware about, like
Yes,
Netflix,
sir. Yes,
it's
sir.
an OTT platform, right? Okay. Now you don't have to tell the test scenarios right away. Okay, your test manager comes to you and they tell you, Veena, you have to create a test plan, high level test plan, what all kinds of testing you will do, how much time you will take, how much members you need, and what how much time it means, how many days you will take to perform this testing. So can you tell me high level test plan and what would be your test strategy?
Okay.
Hmm.
Like I have to write test plan for this.
You don't have to write it. You just have to tell me online, like how what all things you will think from a testing plan point of view, from testing strategy, how you will test it, what you will test it, how many
Okay,
days you
sir.
will take to test it. Yeah.
Like I will take 1 week to 10 days for this. Like in our cases, like in my company, we
Mm.
will test in dummy, like in dummy data. So
Okay.
And for the like real test, user mostly did this kind of thing.
Hmm.
So for like I will test on every like credit card, debit card, net banking.
Hmm.
So if like I can do this in one day also, and it
Okay.
can. I'm not aware about the time. Like it can be
Hmm.
like you have to test, but in different browsers, like
Hmm.
it's supporting
Hmm.
and different devices,
Hmm.
and we test transaction for the debit card, like
Hmm.
it's supported for the debit card and it's supported for the credit card and net banking and UPI, it support the UPI or not. And yeah, if we click on a verify, then it should like show the message it is verified or not, kind of validation.
Hmm. So you will be taking approximately 7 days, right, for testing this?
Yes,
Okay. So one
yes,
day, let's consider that you are investing 6 to 8 hours, right? So in
yes, sir.
56 hours, 7 days means 7 working days, 8 hours per day means 56 hours you will be taking to test this screen.
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
No, sir, no, sir. Actually, I was thinking ki, like it can take more time, or I have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
test in depth. Yeah,
So
that's why I
so
thinking
I
that
I'm
way.
I'm asking you the timeline. See, let's say you have a test manager in your team, and
Yes, sir.
there are two members along with you, but both of them are working on another project. You have to give end-to-end timeline for testing this functionality. How will you do the estimation? What testing strategy, what testing plan you will give to your manager?
For testing this screen,
Hmm. And how much time you would need? Hmm.
I think so. Sir, it depends because in the there are cases in company like we have to do regression testing in one day,
Hmm.
like all the things. So before that we have did deeply testing. So first we have to test one by one, and then like so like I
So,
cannot say one exact number.
yeah.
So
So
like
so tell me in the range,
different,
like how much time you would need. Let's say you took
like
told
2 days, 3 days.
two
Like
to
if
three days.
yes, sir,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Now you are taking 2 to 3 days as a test estimation for this screen. Okay. Now you need to divide for every day what you will do. Let's say this functionality is developed. This functionality is available to you in a build for testing.
Okay.
Okay. Now you have to segregate your test effort in divide it among your number of days. You took 3 days. So on first day,
Okay.
what you will do, second day, what you will do, third day, what you will do.
So let's suppose we will take 2 days
Hmm.
or three. So first day I will, if we click on a debit card,
Hmm.
then next screen will open like pop-up kind of thing, or
Hmm.
on next sometime in next page we will see like enter the card holder name
Hmm.
and card holder name, account number,
Hmm.
CVV, and expiry date and all.
Hmm.
And then there is a code kind of thing, OTP, where you have to enter the OTP.
Hmm.
So I will first I will write the test cases for each and every placeholder.
Hmm.
Like they all have validation, like all are required. So if we enter like it's required 12 digit for the account number. If we enter like 4 digits, so it should like enter the complete kind of error message. And for the CVV, it should only take 3 digit. And for placeholder name, it should not accept the uh, digit, it's only accept the character. And we also check that the limit for the name placeholder. And then OTP, there should be a time period like 5 minute or 1 minute, whatever it is written in requirement.
Hmm.
And then we can click on submit. Then after submit, it should show the successful message, and then we will go in this page and go for the place order section, so
Hmm.
it should work. Similarly, we will do same for the credit card. And net banking, there is a different kind of form, like we have to ID and password thing, and
Mm.
after that, so I can't remember the exact
Mhm.
format because we not did a net banking thing.
Okay, okay,
So
no worries. Fine. So
yes,
these
sir.
are the high level test scenarios that you mentioned that you will be performing testing for this particular web page. Okay. Now coming
Yes.
back to the estimation. So will you take 3 days for testing this particular screen?
No, sir. It will go less, like 1 day or 2 day.
One or
If
two?
like you have yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, yes. So see, whenever you are giving test estimation, you have to this kind of interview questions will be asked to you. Like this is one of the scenario based question, like how much time you will take for testing this screen, how much time you will take for testing this functionality. So see, you
Yes,
came
sir.
from 7 days to 3 days to now 2 days. Okay. And now you see, if you see the test scenarios, so those are
Yes,
also
sir.
in your mind. So you can complete this kind of testing in one day. So you can tell in an interview, see, uh, based on number of test scenarios, based on complexity of the feature or functionality, I would take the time. Okay. And then you have to
Yes.
tell the days also in the range. Don't tell like 1 day, 2 days, like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, so
1 to 3
sorry.
days, right?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
fine. Okay, now I am giving you one more scenario for the screen.
Yes, sir.
Let's say on Monday, when you started testing, you got an email from the development team that all this functionality is stable, everything is working fine. Okay, they
Yes,
have
sir.
done the unit testing and everything is fine. Everything has been deployed to the build as well. Now, as soon as you started testing this particular screen, the moment you clicked on credit card, you selected that credit card radio button option, you got an internal server error. You went to debit card option, you got an internal server error. You went to net banking, you got an internal server error. Okay, now what will you do?
Sir, in this cases, like API issues, basically we face.
Hmm.
So we will tell, like, firstly we will check in a different browser also.
Hmm.
Like sometime it's occurred, like it is only happen in one cases or something.
Hmm.
But if it is happen in other devices, I will also let other colleague to test it, like it is happening. I will make sure that it's occurred in other devices also.
Hmm.
Then I will tell the development team or my manager, like you have we have to write it down in a bug report, defect report, and then we will assign it, like
Okay,
whatever developer is.
great, great, very nice. Okay, now let's come to next scenario. You were testing
Yes.
credit card option is working fine, all your test cases got passed. You tested
Yes, sir.
debit card and everything got passed. You tested net banking and you found a critical issue. So you raised a defect on Monday itself. On Tuesday
Yes.
morning, when you came, you got an email that that defect has been fixed. But now the debit card option has stopped working. So what will you do?
Sir, like firstly, when developer assign that it task is completed,
Mm,
then first we do the retesting for net banking. After it passed, like then we have to check all the pages like credit card, debit card, everything in regression testing. Like it is not affecting the other existing code. So in like regression testing, we find that it is not working.
mm,
So sometimes it's occurred because of like code issue
mhm.
or this net banking thing making problem for the debit card. So I have to I have to recheck it, and I have also called my colleague to check it again, and then I will go with the developer and ask like why this problem is occurred, and sometime I will just assign them, then they will mail me.
Okay. So which testing you will perform first? Regression testing or retesting?
Like first retesting, sir.
Retesting and then regression testing. Are you sure?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. Can you tell me something about API testing? How do you perform API testing?
Like sir, I did not do that much, but like for example, I did login functionality,
Mm,
sign up, and
mm,
we check status code, timing, and the result status, like what is it given, like true or false, and the data where like if we enter name, email, that is correct or not. That is all thing we are checking in API testing.
So what kind of status code you are testing?
Like 200 and 202, and
Hmm.
like if it's not giving the, it is failed, then it's showing 400 error code. Yes, sir.
Okay. What is meant by term environment in Postman?
uh so like I
Yes.
can guess, sir, but I don't remember the exact definition.
No issues. So you can try in an interview also if you're not very confident about the answer. You can tell the interviewer, see, I haven't got an opportunity to test to do this work or work on this tool or technology, but I like to go for a try. I'm asking questions on Postman because you were mentioning in your self-introduction that
Yes, yes,
you have worked on API testing, right?
yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, sir, in environment in general, like there are collections, there are workspaces, and exact, sir, like I can't remember exact, like when we click on the environment, then what's happening. So I
Okay.
can't remember right now.
So an environment in a Postman is a set of key value pairs actually. Okay, and there are
Okay,
two
sir.
types of environment. One is global and one is local environment.
Local, yes, sir.
Yeah. So that thing you have to remember.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when do we use global variables? When do we use collection variables? And when do we use local variables?
Like, sir, in local variables, sir, I can't give the exact answer
Okay.
for this, like in detail, but like in local or global, like what I know about these words is like if
Mm,
we test for the global, like we should test the country code for, and we should also check the
mm,
um other thing like other languages,
mm.
and yes, and local, like for national, like we also check same thing, but for the national, like for the same country or level. But I don't know in this scenario.
Okay, okay,
So
fine.
can you please tell me?
Yeah. So let this be an open question for the people who are watching this video. What is
Yes,
the
yes,
difference between global variable, local variable, right? And when do we use them? That is more important,
yes, yes.
right?
I
So
will also go and read this.
yeah. So global variables, collection variables, and local variables. Okay. Now
Yes, sir.
in your resume, you have mentioned that list of testing which you are performing: smoke testing, integration testing, system testing, regression testing, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
can you give me an example? When did you perform smoke testing? And how did you perform?
Yes, sir.
What was that functionality or feature? And how did you perform smoke testing? How did you identify that these scenarios will be good for smoke testing?
Oh, yes, sir. Like smoke testing is a part of acceptance testing, and in this, like we will do this before going to the formal testing. Like if we check the basic functionality. If like login is not, then we will not go for the next process.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Any defect that you have found so far for which you got appreciation or you got acknowledgement from client or maybe your test managers or your delivery manager?
Like, so there are so many issues we find, but the most, like in company,
Mm.
we all are say, like it's not kind of key I have achieved, but yeah, they said, yeah, you are doing good, not like big achievement and all. They don't say these kind of things.
Okay.
Basic things like developer, which developer don't do. They think it's not needed, but cannot exactly remember. So give me a time, like
No worries, no worries. You can take your time. Maybe you can take 1 minute, 2 minutes, and then you can answer. No hurry.
I remember like 2 days, 3 days back, there are unknown error came in the screen, like it's, I think it's server issues, but the blank screen came, but that was not showing in there. So in the developer side. So yeah, sir said like, yeah, you have to figure out like where it's occurred. So I have recorded the screen and then share with the sir, like there is, so the developer find it useful and they find that defect. So yeah, that was it.
So a blank page was displayed. That is what you are telling.
Yeah, that is, yes sir, that is randomly, like any screen, like you have, like if you click on add to cart, then this should appear, like it is randomly open in any screen. So there are two three scenarios where this opening, so I have to make them.
Mhm. Okay.
Yes sir.
Okay. So whenever you are asked such kind of question in a real-time interview, even if you haven't found any critical defect or any defect because of which you got appreciation, try to come up
Yes
with
sir.
some sort of story that yes, this kind of defect was found. And maybe it is related to licensing, that the license was expired, but still the application was running. Or it might be related to the payment was happening with an expired credit card. Such kind of scenarios you should tell.
Yes sir, these are happened, but I have not.
Yeah, so you have to tell them in an interview.
Yes sir, yes sir,
Yeah.
I will add.
Yeah.
Yes sir, yes.
Okay, Veena, I am done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes sir, regarding selenium and that, like say I did like I know what is WebDriver, and I did get test and get text, and other thing like get partial text. But the problem which I'm facing is set up the environment, because one of my friend helped me to set the environment. But
Mhm.
whenever I will share you the screenshot of that. Right now I don't have in mobile phone. So
Mhm.
I was facing issue. I set the WebDriver. I set the Selenium jar files. I set the Chrome driver jar
So,
files.
so
But
why are you
yes,
setting it up by yourself? You have Maven, you have pom.xml, right? So
yes,
you can directly create a project with Maven, right? And in that, automatically all the dependencies will take care of the jar files. No need to set it up. And even I was going through your CV. So in that, it has been mentioned that you are doing smoke testing, you are doing regression testing, right? So
yes, sir.
you have to elaborate like how you are doing, right?
Yes, because